Yes, we are African. Welcome to the Human Development Zone brought to you by the Education Support Forum. My name is Zai Cornelius Robo. I am asking myself, what is the Africa that I want? What is it that I would love to leave for the next generation of Africans? What is it that we are going to do in order to improve our way of life, in order to develop our continent? Right now, it's a bleak time for Africa. The events that are happening in Johannesburg and across South Africa, whether it's femicide or it's xenophobia or Afrophobia or kidnappings and violence and reactions against xenophobia in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. This is a shame. It's disheartening. And I know, just like me, I know that most of you today this whole week actually have been feeling depressed, have been feeling low, because the news everywhere, whether you open a newspaper or you go online on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere, WhatsApp, people are sending gory videos with lots of violence. And you ask yourself, we are the continent that's supposed to be rising. We are the continent that's supposed to be on a developmental trajectory. We are the continent that just signed the free trade area, and we were singing and praising our leaders that we are on the right path. So where have we lost it? Where is the spirit of Ubuntu? Where is that unity that saw us unshackle ourselves from the yoke of colonialism? Where is it? So I went to the NEPAD website just to see and remind myself what our leaders have been talking about, Agenda 2063, our aspirations, to say, how are we going to achieve them? Is it the leaders that are going to implement these things, or it's you and I, the general person on the street? We are the ones who are supposed to say, okay, you leaders, fine, you're politicians, you talk and talk and talk, but you've signed that free trade area, so it's now you and me that are supposed to now implement this free trade area, literally, right? We are the ones, even if the legislature is not there yet, even if the law hasn't been changed, but in our deeds, in our thoughts, in our actions, in our beliefs and values, we should already be embracing the free trade area. We should be saying that these borders are artificial. Somewhere in 1884, wherever, some Europeans sat down and divided us, but these are artificial boundaries, because we know that across the Limpopo, both sides, Zimbabweans, there's Venda, both sides, wherever, all these boundaries, families were cut out, they were destroyed because of these artificial boundaries. But we are saying we want to regain our development. We want to have jobs. We want to have good health. We want to have good water supply. We want to progress economically. We want to be the best continent because we are full of resources. We are full of the human capital. But all we need is to change our mindset and move away from this barbaric nature whereby we are maiming each other like wild animals just because things are going hard. But maiming the next person is not going to improve your life as a human being. So let us not forget why we fought for independence, why we fought for freedom, why we have been striving to improve ourselves on the global scene as Africans. We are Africans. We should love one another. We should spread the message of love, because this is our home. This is our home, and we should be working to make sure that from Cape to Cairo there is development and sustainable development. That the jobs that should be coming out should be sustainable, real jobs, not these low-paying jobs. We want those best jobs, the data scientists, the doctors, the physicists. They should be coming out of our circles, and a physicist trained in Cairo should be able to work in Johannesburg without fear of intimidation, that someone who feels that they're entitled to that job, even if they don't have the qualification, is going to disrupt them. A guy who knows how to do a certain trade, who is from Johannesburg, should go and work in Nigeria without fear of being a victim of violence or retaliation against some indignities that have happened elsewhere. So I denounce all those people that are retaliating to the xenophobia in South Africa. I also denounce the xenophobia in South Africa, or Afrophobia, especially those politicians who have been fueling this. They are the culprits. They are the ones who are trying to divide us, because we as Africans are just people who are trying to make a living and just move on with our lives. We are not about the politics. We are about livelihood, about our families, our communities. And these politicians are inciting us to do things that are beyond reasonable. So down with the politicians that are inciting people, down with the people that are being xenophobic and being violent, and down with the people that are being violent in retaliation to the xenophobia. We need peace in Africa. And our politicians, if they cannot come up with a proper solution, then we as the citizens, let us make a decision to actually own our own future and leave a lasting legacy for our kids that will reside in this continent, and they should do so so that they'll flourish as human beings, as individuals in any part of Africa without fear. So thank you very much. I know it's a difficult time. I know it's a heavy time, but let us not lose hope.